Imagine you have a school social worker. They work for the
Right.
district. They cover the main office plus 3 schools. You would think slam dunk, school employee helping kids. No, because there's no single school they report to.
Really?
Same with a school bus. Same with a school bus driver. Reports to the bus depot. There's dozen schools. No single K through 12 location. They don't qualify. But a full time janitor at one middle school would qualify.
Welcome back to the South Florida Mortgage Report. It's your hat dude wearing mortgage guy, Billy May, with Craig Garcia, president of Capital Partners Mortgage Services. Morning, Craig.
Good morning, sir.
How we doing today?
Doing good.
W-
It's Tuesday. We just watched the USA get bounced out of the
Yeah,
World Cup last night, and
that's
a
why
little
I'm wearing my
disappointing ending, but it was.
Italy cup. Actually, my daughter's she came back from Italy with her and her husband last month. Brought me a nice cap. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna watch Italy in the World Cup, but they didn't make it. But somehow the U.S. did make it into the World Cup.
It was
uh,
pretty shocking that Italy did not make it, and yeah, but the U.S.'s journey's over. It was fun ride while it lasted, and all of the hysteria over the overturning of the red card. Hey,
yeah.
doesn't matter. We weren't good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah,
So
yeah. It was fun while it lasted, right? Yeah.
yes, been a fun
It's
World
all
Cup
good.
so
But
far.
we got bigger and better stuff to talk about this morning. We're gonna be talking about the Florida Down Payment Assistance Program known as Hometown Heroes. It's back, it's live, and this is gonna be great. And the rates come out on it today, actually. But we want to review kind of the program, what it is, some of the changes, because there are a few changes, right, Craig? And
There's definitely some tricky changes this year versus last year. We're going to get into some examples and who it might negatively impact that would not have negatively impacted them last year. So definitely something that everybody should pay attention to as far as this year's version of Hometown Heroes.
yes. So if you're a realtor out there now, this is the fifth year the program's been out. For the first couple of years, it's called Hometown Heroes because it was really designed for first responders, police, fire, people in education, people in healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. Then it got wide open for 2 years there in 24 or 23 and 24, I believe. And that was open to pretty much anybody who was a first time home buyer, pretty much as long as they're employed by a company for the state of Florida. But this year and last year, it's back to its core. It's back to hometown heroes, people who work in education, healthcare, police, fire, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of occupations that are in there. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a firefighter or a policeman. There's a lot of occupations, right, Greg?
That is correct. And so Um, this is one of the most. It's definitely the most popular, well known home down payment assistance program in the state of Florida, uh, and um, and it's a little different than last year. So the eligibility got narrower in some ways, but yes, there are going to be some surprising people that would qualify that you may not have thought may qualify because of who they work for, where they work. So we're going to get into some of that. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, Craig, I've already had a couple of agents this week send me the same text basically saying, "Hey, my buyer used Hometown Heroes last year, or they approved last year. They're good to go, right?" And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, wait a minute. Just because they were pre-approved last year for Hometown Heroes, they didn't buy a house doesn't mean they're pre-approved this year, right?"
There's going to be some people that could have done it last year that can't do it this year. So same borrower, same house, potentially a different answer. So that's what the deal is today.
Yeah. Uh, let's kind of back up. What actually changed from last year then to this year? Because I know last year was back to first responder. This year it is, but there's been a couple of tweaks as far as the occupation and job is concerned, right?
So originally, like you mentioned, opened as a program for frontline workers, teachers, nurses, cops, firefighters. Then they opened it up to everybody. Um, every Florida worker, first time buyer, full time with a Florida company under the income pack, huge program was gone in 6 weeks. Um, and so now they've pulled it back to Hometown Heroes again. Um, but this is a specific set of community heroes, specific Florida location, working full time, and you've got to be able to document it all. Um, the documentation piece for the lenders is a little bit tighter this year than last year.
Yeah, okay. So basically, it's not saying they made it harder to fill out the paperwork. Basically, what it's saying is that they kind of changed like who it's for, right? Be more specific.
Yeah, and it's the disconnect is what potentially could impact some deals negatively. The agent thinks eligibility is about the person. She's a nurse. She's a hero. She qualifies. Program doesn't work exactly like that anymore. It's not necessarily just about the title. It's about four things, and you got to have all four things be correct.
Okay, so what are those? What are those four things that our referral partners and our prospective clients need to know about?
Okay, so one, the employer is an eligible type of employer. Two, there's a Florida brick and mortar location that the borrower actually works at or reports to. Three, they're full time. And four, you got to document all of it. And if you miss any of those four, it can't be a Hometown Heroes loan.
That's very important because a lot of people think they might work for some hospital system or Medicare system or something of that nature, and if they don't have that brick and mortar location here in Florida, they're out.
That's true. That's true. The people that were probably the most potentially going to be the most impacted is going to be probably self-employed people.
Self-employed, yeah.
So yeah, and I'll give you an example. So let's say you got somebody who's a mobile phlebotomist. They draw blood. They work on 1099. They drive around to people's homes and offices all day. Hardworking healthcare person, full time for sure. Last year, this probably would have worked. This year, it's not going to work. And the rule is, if you're self-employed, you have to work full time for one 1099 employer and you have to report to work from a specific Florida location of that employer. Our phlebotomist has no brick and mortar location; they're fully mobile. They would be out, unfortunately. Yeah,
This could affect a lot of people. I mean, South Florida, we have a lot of self-employed people down here. A lot of people who came down here to work remotely during the COVID years and so forth. So if there's no fixed location, that kills this deal, right?
yeah, and multiple sources, the multiple sources piece. So imagine so you get the same profession, different setup. So a phlebotomist employed by the Red Cross, reporting to a facility, that person would qualify. The work is identical. The structure is what the program cares about.
Gotcha. So let me play this back for our referral partners to be specific. This isn't the pattern is I want people to understand is that it's not phlebotomists don't qualify. It's one employer, one location, full time. It can be documented.
Yeah, for sure. And if you take that and you say a nurse, right?
Yeah.
Everybody would think a nurse will qualify, and certainly you could make the argument that they should qualify. But this is all coming from this program gets funded by the legislature, and so the legislature that came down that funded this had specific requirements, and that's how the program guidelines were written. So it's all about what was passed in the budget by the state legislature, and so yeah, a nurse who works certainly full time plus, but reports to different hospitals would not qualify. Yeah.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
they and if they work for 2 different employers and they work certainly enough hours to be considered full-time, they wouldn't be able to do it because it's multiple locations. So,
Hmm.
unfortunate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So if I'm hearing a client describe their work and they say something like, "Well, I work for a few different agencies or I bounce between locations," definite red flag. That's definite issue. Man, that's gonna definitely hurt their
Yes.
chances to get approved.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and just another example, occupational therapists they work at homes, schools, daycares, clinics. They get paid from 4 different places. It's not gonna work. The same occupational therapist, full-time, one medical facility, one 1099 from that facility, yes. Behavior therapist, subcontracts all over town, doesn't have one single 1099, it's not gonna work. Home health aide getting paid in cash with no 1099 at all, not gonna work.
Yeah.
Home health aide employed full-time, paid by one retirement home, yes.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. So
yeah,
that's a real change. So let's Let's do the second group. You had mentioned healthcare workers who aren't full time at one place.
Yeah, and this one is catches W-2 employees too, not just self-employed. We were talking about they yeah, you have to work at one place full time. So the traveling nurse, the therapist who covers 3 facilities, again, um, yeah, even if they're W-2 employee of a real Florida company, if they don't report to one specific location, they've got a problem.
So if I had somebody, because I've had, boy, over the years, I'm trying to think of different nurses or RNs or CNAs that they work at two different places. They might work 22 hours at one, and 18 hours a week at another, or something like that. And you're trying to make it, well, they work full time, working two different places. That's an issue.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, we should talk about the schools. So the schools is it's also a similar situation. So
Uh huh.
um, imagine you have a school social worker. They work for the
Right.
district. They cover the main office plus 3 schools. Deals again. You would think slam dunk school employee helping kids. No, because there's no single school they report to. Same
Really?
with a school bus. Same with a school bus driver. Reports to the bus depot. There's a dozen schools. No single K through 12 location. They don't qualify. But a full time janitor at one middle school would qualify.
Oh boy, let me tell you the janitor versus social worker thing, that's gonna really uh break a lot of people's brains, so to speak. I mean, that's a tough one. I can't believe it because if you work for the school board of Broward County and like I have a past client of mine, she's a speech pathologist. She's got a master's degree, and I think she's the manager of like Northern Broward County. She goes to multiple schools. She wouldn't qualify. Wow.
That's correct. She would if that's her setup, that she would not qualify, and that would definitely I could see people being really ticked about that. So yeah, even if somebody works in the cafeteria full
Uh-huh.
time at one school will qualify where the what your example is of somebody who's a manager working at multiple locations wouldn't. And so yeah, even though they're an educator, they got a teaching degree,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
We're gonna deep dive into this, Craig, because everybody, the agents, they see stuff online. They get these emails from all these other lenders that, oh yeah, yeah, same as last year, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? No, this is gonna have a big effect on a lot of people because the more you think about this, I mean, these are very common. I see this very often, especially down here in South Florida. People work on multiple locations, and especially in healthcare. This is going to be very difficult. This is why we really gotta
Yeah.
scrub them down up front and get them approved, before you as an agent put them in your car to write an offer, because I think this is gonna have a bigger impact than people think.
It certainly will for some people. I think it's important just to throw in here these people who wouldn't qualify for Hometown Heroes doesn't mean there's no other program that is available. There are definitely
Yes.
other down payment assistance programs that we have that
Yes.
can get. It's not like they're going to be shut out of all down payment assistance. There's down payment
Right.
assistance programs available right now today that will be there if they don't fit into the Hometown Hero box. We've got other programs. Might not be
Yes.
quite as much down payment funds. The Hometown Heroes is certainly very attractive in terms of the terms that they make available. 5% of the loan that you're getting in zero interest, zero payment, second mortgage that you can use for the down payment. You can use it for closing costs. It's awesome. And so the other programs are great too. They're just maybe not quite as great. But so
Yeah.
anyway, I don't want you to think there's no hope. It is definitely not the case.
No, yeah.
But this hometown hero box is just getting slightly narrower. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, we have other down payment assistance programs. We have one program up in Palm Beach County, I think that's up to what, $17,500. So we've got some other programs
17.5.
available, just not the if they can't fit into the hometown Harris, we may have something else available. But let's talk about remote work since we're talking about different types of jobs. And so, what about people that work remotely? It seems like half of South Florida works from home right now. I mean, how does that going to get affected?
For sure. Fully remote is out. I mean, for sure. You can't do hometown heroes. Hybrid might be able to work, but you have to actually report to the Florida location. And the guidance is you have to at least work 3 days a week on site. So a fully remote software worker, remote customer service rep, even if the employer is a Florida company, they definitely wouldn't qualify this year. And again, we're going to need stuff from these employers in writing regarding what we're talking about. Hey, if they're hybrid or whatever, they're working in the office. at this location at least 3 days a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we
So
gonna
that's
document that, right? I mean, something in writing from the employer, right?
This
Absolutely.
is one of the I think one of the where the rubber hits the road challenges this year is because anybody that's vague that you're gonna need some of this documentation for, the employer is gonna need to be able to step in and help us document that. And the trend for employers over these past many years now has been to provide less and less and less of that type of um, uh, communication. They
Right.
outsource their whole verification of employment out to the work number, some of these big companies. And so getting somebody, at an employer to write a specific letter that they might need to qualify for this year's version of Hometown Heroes is going to be certainly more challenging for some employees than for others, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. How many times I've heard "Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. My boss will get you what you need," or "My HR person what you need," and, here we are 3 weeks into the transaction, like, yanking teeth to try to get them to send us something saying they work there or whatever, so, um, so talk about, another aspect of let's talk about healthcare. I know there's a healthcare trap in here too. I work in healthcare, so I'm good assumption. How does that gonna be impacted here?
Big one. So healthcare has to mean direct patient care at the facility. So a person in the office, the hospital's billing office, or at the medical supply company, or at the corporate headquarters of a hospital system, that's a healthcare company, but it's not patient care directly in that location. They would not qualify. Meanwhile, and this is similar to the flip that we talked about with the education example, person working in the hospital cafeteria, cleaning the hospital does qualify because they physically work at the patient care facility.
Who wrote these guidelines? Some politicians or something? Boy, this is like really tricky stuff here, So so who signs your check and what building do you stand in matter more than what industry are you in is kind of what we're looking for.
Yes, correct. Yes. Who signs your check? What building you stand in? That's the tagline for today. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm a veteran, Craig, and of course I love my fellow
Yes.
veterans. Let's talk about veterans. I know that one, and let's kind of deep dive into how are veterans affected in the new Hometown Heroes.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And this is there's some unfortunate parts about this. So veterans don't need an eligible occupation. So a veteran can work at Lowe's and they can qualify. um, because they're a veteran, but they have to be employed full time at a Florida employer. So even though they don't have to, they're not the employer that they work for isn't subject to these rules. They even still have to be full time employed at a Florida employer. So a retired veteran with no full time job wouldn't qualify, and unfortunately, even a disabled veteran whose only income is VA disability or Social Security, who isn't working full time, does not qualify, even if they have 100% service connected disability. They're that's a tough.
No, that is tough, and emphasis on the employed full time. Let's document. I mean, how many hours a week do we have? Do they have to be averaging to be considered quote unquote full time? And that's always a big question.
So this is one of these where I think if the documentation that you have supports that they're always working 40 hours a week. So you got a month's worth of pay stubs, it's 40 hours. The income average looks like that's what they've always been making at least that money. Then that can be pretty clear cut. Otherwise, you can have somebody who is working 32, 33, 36. We would rely on the employer to tell us they're a full-time employee. So there's an aspect where you can, if it's clearly easily documentable that they're full-time, then an underwriter can make that decision. Otherwise, they will allow the employer to tell us that this is a full-time employee with us, and they will go with that, which is good for your nurses and things of that nature, where full time for them is usually not 40 hours a week.
Gotcha.
Usually it's 36 or 33, and that we see different numbers.
But as long as the
So
employer says they're full time, if they're 33, 34, 35 hours, we should be fine with that, correct?
that's
Gotcha.
correct. That's correct. If the
Gotcha.
employer
Gotcha.
calls them a full time employee, we will honor it.
Got it. And get
Yeah.
back to veterans overall, just as a reminder. So what we're saying is if you are a veteran, you and your full-time employee, you can get down payment assistance on the Hometown Heroes. You do not have to work in one of these specific fields, because I have had people ask me that question before. So, but you got to be working
Correct.
full-time, like you said. Unfortunately, if you're on VA disability, Social Security, if you're not working, unfortunately, this program will not work for those people. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
And again, for those people who maybe fall out right outside of there, all their income is Social Security or disability and VA disability or pension. That is we have other programs. There are other
yeah,
down payment programs for veterans as well.
sure.
So, but yes, Hometown Heroes wouldn't quite fit the bill.
Okay. So if I'm an agent listening to this right now, and I've got a buyer who's counting this. What do we actually do? What do I actually do before they write that offer?
Yeah, just get them pre-screened for Hometown Heroes specifically, not just that they're pre-approved for a mortgage. Obviously, that's a different question. But hey, do these people clear all four gates for this program? Yeah, because that the assistance is what makes their down payment work. If that goes away once it gets into underwriting, because a lot of assumptions were made, then potentially the deal could fall apart. So,
Okay. So if I was to hire my dog Teddy to sniff out the problem, what's the fastest way to sniff out this problem, Craig?
so the two questions: do you work full time at one location, or do you move around? And two, are you W-2 or 1099, and is it one employer or several? So, those two questions probably gonna catch about 90% of the landmines. If you hear, "I move around, I got a couple different 1099s," um, yeah, I mean, that's gonna be definitely, challenging as far as hometown heroes go. Make sure they got a backup plan.
And there's some good news here, right, Craig? It's not all just restriction, correct?
Yeah, I mean, there's real good news. If there are two borrowers, only one of them has to qualify. So a household where one spouse is a full-time hospital nurse and the other is fully remote, the nurse would carry the deal in terms of the employment qualifications for Hometown Heroes. The whole household still gets the assistance. You don't disqualify a couple because one person doesn't fit.
That's a big one. What about if one of them has owned a home in the past 3 years, though?
So this is good because um, if so, what happens is now both borrowers, none of the borrowers can have owned a home in the last 3 years that they occupied as their primary residence.
Right.
Okay, um, but unlike some other programs, they could have owned property in the last 3 years and still be considered a first time home buyer if they didn't live in that property. Somebody that lived in Ohio, owned a property, moved from Ohio 4 years ago and has been renting in Florida, but retained that Ohio property as a rental property, they'd qualify as a first time home buyer here now, even though they still own that property in Ohio. So that can help some people.
Got it. All right. So what is another thing? Is being full time, it doesn't have to be exactly 40 hours, correct?
Right. That's the thing is we'll default to the employer's definition of full time, and so yeah, if they don't work exactly 40 hours a week, then they still could be eligible with a employer certification of a full time employee for us. So yes,
Got it.
that's a good thing. Yep.
Got it. And let's make sure about the money part here, because we should set the expectations honestly. This is not a grant. It's free money, 0% interest, no payment, but it's not a grant.
Correct. It's a second mortgage basically that's on the property with no interest and no payments that just has to be repaid at some point. It's not forgivable. It'll either get paid when the property gets sold eventually, or if you refinance the first, or technically if you move out and it's no longer your primary residence, it becomes due at that point. But in the meantime, you get a chunk of money that is essentially free that eventually you'll pay back that you didn't have to pay any interest on.
Absolutely. So, and the timing, when does the program go live?
So today's the 7th. They're actually going to start posting the rates for the program today. You can't secure a rate or the funds until a week from today, the 13th. Actually, next Monday, pardon me. So the 13th is the first time. Usually at the beginning of the program, folks need to get underwritten before they're able to lock in on the rate in the program. As the funds start depleting and they start running out, you'll see people get an opportunity to get the funds reserved maybe as they're making the application up front. So, yeah.
So, question: if I'm an agent right now and I have a contract and it's supposed to close in July 31st, and somebody can now qualify this, could someone feasibly get the Hometown Heroes close this month and get the Hometown Heroes loan?
It is absolutely possible. Yes, especially
Okay.
if they're getting started now. So, we have guidelines and everything now. So you can be underwritten for Hometown Heroes with the formal guidelines for this year today. And yeah, and actually later today, we'll even have an interest rate that you can throw on there. So that was usually the only thing stopping you from getting a real live, durable loan commitment because we didn't even know what the rates were until today. So,
Yes, absolutely. So,
yep.
great news. So, give me the sharp version. What should people be walking away with after from our podcast here, Craig?
I would say if you're an agent or buyer and you're listening to this and definitely if you're aware that you're in a situation where you're hoping to get this program, but you work in multiple places, you're self-employed, you don't get just one 1099, you're not just in one place. This should be putting you on alert that this may not be the right program for you, and you may want to make your plans, um, on a different program that might still meet your needs. But yeah, that's what you want to take away from today. I would, that part of the program got tightened up, and it's still an awesome program. We're looking forward to helping a lot of people this go round of it. So, and it
So,
won't
the
last
one
forever.
line.
Yeah.
So, give me the sharp version, Craig. What are people walking away with?
So three things. One, I qualified last year. It's not an answer this year. Program changed. Re-verify every single time, especially first-time buyer clients you helped in the last 2 years. Two, the killers are structure. So self-employed people with multiple payers or no fixed office, anyone spread across multiple locations, fully remote, healthcare workers who aren't in direct patient care locations, hardworking people, wrong structure for this program. Three, pre-screen before you write the offer. Two questions that you could remember: one location or many, one employer or several. If the answer smells like many, call us before the buyer falls in love with the house based off of down payment money that they might not get all of it. Um,
And
yeah,
the
the
one
one
liner
liner.
to hold on to? Yeah, yeah. The one liner to hold on to?
It's not about the title. It's about who employs you, where you physically work, whether you're full time, and whether we can prove it. If you hold on to that, you should not be surprised.
So, if you've got a client and you're not sure which side of the lines they fall on, they're exactly the call to make before you do anything else. Send them to us. Let us pre-screen it. Let us kind of do the scrub it down and clean it up and everything. Because we know the actual 2026 rules. I see a lot of stuff out there from solicitations from other lenders, don't want to say who, and they try to make it sound really good, but these new rules could have effect on a lot of prospective borrowers. And so before you write that offer, let us screen them for you.
Absolutely. We'll tell you the truth right away. We're excited about the program again this year, getting reintroduced, and want to make sure we put the right people into the program and set the right expectations for people up front. So that's what we try to do.
All right. Sounds good, Craig. Great information as always. And we will see you
At the closing
at the
table.
closing table. All right. Have a great day.
Thanks, bud. Thank you for watching and listening to the South Florida Mortgage Report, brought to you by Capital Partners Mortgage Services.